slumber too. Their presence fills the air with tune. Yet in the chaos, light may spark, even in the depths of the deepest dark. Creatures lurking in the dark unseen, silent whispers pierce me in between. Some will haunt and some will guide, on land, in air, and oceans wide.
Hey, everybody, welcome to another episode of The Bizarre and the Unknown. I'm your host, D.D. Testerman. Hey, Heifer. Hey, Roger. Sorry for the late start. I've been busy all day, didn't had to go up and get my daughter and deal with storms and traffic. It kind of slowed me down, and I just realized I forgot to get my drink, too. Yeah, I walked indoors trying to get in here, trying to get everything to load up at the same time. Got my evening coffee ready, and I'm ready to go. Heck yeah. Yeah, man, it's been so. I mean, I got my bike running today, but I have no rear brakes. Luckily, I caught it when I was getting ready to take it out, tried to burn the last of the bad gas that was in it out. Uh, and Then I realized I went to hit the brakes before I pulled out of the parking lot, and I had no rear brakes. So I had to turn around, put it back in the shop. We're going to bleed them out, but I'm waiting on my other screen to load up so I can get this stuff done. The anomalies, green. Oop, crap. There we go. Green laser or on some monitor apps, these tier towers light up. When it happens, North Carolina did yesterday and we lost power. No, I didn't know about that or so. Come on, baby, you can do it. This storm's slowing like everything down. But my daughter ended up working later than usual too, so that didn't help me today. But so question in the chat while we're waiting on this stuff to load up. Who has I don't usually use my front brakes because that's a good way to flip the bike. I hardly use brakes at all. The only time I use brakes is when I go to a stop or I have to make a quick stop because somebody pulled out in front of me, which happens more than I like to admit. And so, I mean, I still got original brake pads, original everything. I bought the bike brand new in 2016. So, I mean, it was just time. I put a starter solenoid on it today, put a new battery in it, got all the bad gas out of it, got a little bit of some good gas in it, and then she fired up. Finally, took us a while to get her fired up, and you are taking forever to load. This is aggravating. Um, then had no brakes. Oops, sorry, hit the wrong button. We did 708 miles before my bike broke down. Oh my lord! There we go. I'll send you a video, my friend. Okay, found the monitor app showing this is like a blob from. Yeah, send that to me, Ursula. That'd be great. So, who in here's this is a vampire? I'll tell you, I've never heard of this vampire. Uh, who here in here has ever heard of the Nachzehrer vampire? Yeah, I know Don. Or I'm sorry, Vicky. I'm sorry. I knew Don had to as well. Yeah, man. I love mine too much. I got excited because if everybody tells you men don't have PMS, they're full of malarkey. Because PMS for a man is parked motorcycle syndrome, and I've been wanting to get mine out there. You have a little? Oh, an '01 Heritage. Oh man. So these Nachzehrer vampires. They're a different type of vampire. They're very much like a Draugr. If you guys recall, I did a show a while back on the Draugrs. Well, I did it on zombies, which a Draugr is known as a zombie, but it's also known as a vampire. This Nazir is the same way. Yes, absolutely. That is definitely. Oh, does it? I've never heard of that. Oh, Legacy of Kain. Yes, I remember that. Yes, 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 yes. I remember that. Oh, 882 Arley. Yeah. Uh, these things come from Germany. This is a German type vampire. Like I said, to me, it's a lot like a Draugr. I mean, it's different, but it's the same in aspects of what it is. But what it does is different, and these things are weird. My wife used to play Legacy. Oh man, I haven't played that forever. I think I still got it. I think I still got a PS2 as well. Oh man, Heritage, yeah. I got 2016 Indian Scout trash skin take, Vance and Hind pipes, 10-inch mini apes, solid steel square tube twisted backrest. I had to catch myself because I'm on a live, but twisted solid square tubing backrest with an EGA on it. EGA stands for Eagle Globe and Anchor. It's a Marine Corps emblem. It's matte black, tan leather seats. Uh, this is from Germanic folklore and has been a subject of many myths and legends for centuries. It is a type of weird ganger or a revenant that has been believed to return from the dead to feed on the living. Unlike traditional vampires, the Nachzehrer has was said to be able to drag the living with it into the death, either through malice or through the desire to be closer to its loved ones. I'm getting a kick. Kevin, I figured, or Vicky, I figured you might be a biker chick. Oh, Kevin, man. Um, you guys, I'm getting kick out of your comments. According to legend, the Naxir needed to devour both its burial shroud and body in order to survive. This is why was also known as a shroud eater. The word nach uh, may be translated into English as after, while Zahir may be translated as living off. Living off. This name was given to the creature because it was believed to consume the life force of its victims, leaving them weak and vulnerable. Despite being many similar to, or besides being similar to vampires, it may, in many ways, the Naxir also are different from them in several key respects. For example, it was said to be able to move freely during the day, and it did not fear sunlight or holy objects. Instead, it was believed to be vulnerable to certain types of food, such as salt or bread, and it is said to be able to be destroyed by fire or decapitation. And if you remember, I was kind of talking about that a little bit yesterday when I was talking about when I was doing research on how you get rid, unalive a vampire or werewolf, and the two common things amongst them was decapitation or fire. You're seeing this is very common with this one as well. It's and the fact that it doesn't literally feed on its victim. It stays in the ground and literally sucks their life force through the ground, and that's the difference between them and the other vampires, or them and the Draugrs. The aspect, hey Carl, the aspect that these things come back from the life and they purposely search certain people to take revenge, like a Draugr does. These things mainly they want to be back with their family, and they want to be with their family so much that they literally feed upon their life force to unalive them so that they can be with them again. So I mean that's dedication to family, I guess, man. Um, the Naxir is a type of vampire that features predominantly in folklore of the Germany's northern region. Um, This likely alludes to their living after death of or living off of humans after death, in addition to the choice of Nach or after, which is similar to Nacht, which is night. The Nachzehrer is one of the few revenants said to eat its own shroud and body in order to survive. In Germany folklore, they were it was believed that they would be able to drag the living after it into death, either through malice or through desire to be closer to the loved ones through various means. This creature beliefs precedes the use of the word Nachzehrer in the 19th century by several years. The Nachzehrer has often been labeled as a vampire, but it seems closer to a leech. It is attributed to, with several characteristics and abilities that make it unique among its revenant brethren. Hey, Bobby. So you're seeing a lot of similarities, but you're seeing a lot of difference between these things too, and that's probably the reason why I never found them in past researches with these vampires. Even though technically they are labeled as one, this thing is more it's more zombie than it is anything, honestly. There's been several accounts, like I said earlier, where they literally they never leave the grave. They literally feed upon the life force of their victims, and that's one of the difference between them and a zombie. They never leave the grave. Um, I'm trying to remember. I didn't save it on the notes, but I want to say I don't think there was any accounts of them actually leaving the grave. Maybe a couple. If I just can't remember off the top of my head. I thought I had it on my notes, and I don't for some reason. I remember reading that somewhere. I may have forgot to copy it down. Um, According to historical accounts, Naxir was a type of Weirderginger, which was feared for its ability to cause illness and death. It is said to rise from the grave. Okay, that I did put it in there. Never mind. So I apologize. And feed on the living, often targeting those who were closest to them in life. The creature, who is also believed to be able to change its shape and move through the solid objects. So that is a very close similarity to the Draugr that I was talking about earlier. You know, a Draugr is known to go through solid objects, even rock. They can enhance their height and strength, and but you know the Draugr literally feeds off flesh and blood. That's how it survives. And that's why you'll notice when you look up zombies or vampires, that Draugr is in there as well. This one here, I mean, like I say, it's more of a leech, but it is a vampire. And so I've talked about this several times. I've always said there's different types of vampires. We're always stuck with what Holly Scrooge tells us, and there's only the blood sucking kind. There's more than that. If you guys were part of the show, I don't remember if it was Jessica's show or William's show. We were talking about sleep. I think it was William's show. We were talking about sleep paralysis, and I was talking about I literally felt something on my chest feeding off of me. That's an energy type of vampire. Succubus have been known to do the same thing, which succubus is a type of vampire. So you're seeing several different types of these vampires. This is just another type, but this is cool because this is a another one of those that is a vampire slash zombie. Um, the same characteristics in both type of monster or creatures, but also their own little differences. So I figured that was just kind of interesting on this thing, and it's probably what blew me off of it for so long was because I was like, man, that don't sound like no vampire. Uh, the next year was considered to be a powerful and dangerous creature that required a great deal of skill and courage to defeat. Uh, what I meant to my 78 shovel with an angel sitting on it. Oh, is that's the one you wrecked, ain't it, Don? If I remember right, ain't that the one you said you wrecked? Physical descriptions: the Dexter is a type of vampire that is believed to have originated in Germany's northern region. It describes having pale complexion, sunken eyes, and long nails. The creature is also said to possess a bloated appearance due to its habit of eating its own shroud and body. According to legend, the Nachzehrer is capable of transforming into a wolf or a pig. That's what I thought, Dawn. I was wanting to make sure I was correct, but I was thinking that's what I remember you telling me before on that. Yeah. So this is another thing that makes it weird because it can transform into a wolf or a pig, which we know of accounts of vampires that can transform into different things too, shapeshift into different stuff. And this is just another one of those characteristics when it comes on the vampire side is the transformation, the shape shifting that it takes. Which is, I mean, once again, you're dealing with something supernatural here. Supernatural has abilities, powers, magic far beyond what we can actually comprehend or do ourselves. To a point. I mean, look what we have to do in order to be able to shapeshift. I mean, we have to tap in some really, really dark magic and do some really awful things to be able to have the ability to shapeshift in like this. And that's tells you what kind of level these things are on. These things ain't on hey, let's be buddy buddy. You know, oh, you never wrecked it. Yeah, yeah. When I meant I apologize. Don. When I mean wrecked, it's when somebody hit it. I mean that's it. Yeah, it's a wreck. That's why I always say wreck because somebody hit you on it. The supernatural abilities of this thing. The Naxir is known as for its supernatural abilities. It is said to have the power to control the weather, causing storms and hail. The creature is also believed to be able to cause illness and death by feeding on the living. It is said that Naxir feeds on a person. That person will become a Naxir upon death. The creature is also believed to be able to move objects with its mind and have the superhuman strength. So not only does this thing shapeshift, not only does this thing increase its power, not only does this thing feed on you through the ground or physically, the thing has telekinesis too. So I mean, you can see why they say that. You got a tart. Um, you see why this thing is so hard to unalive because it can. I mean, you don't know if it's a pig, you don't know if it's a wolf. This thing can increase its strength, its size. This thing can use telekinesis. I mean, it's got so many um, weapons, I guess you can say that at its arsenal. That's what makes them hard. So what do you do in a situation like that? How do you know if one isn't transformed into one of these shapes and you're trying to hunt this thing down and you go, oh hey, look there's a cute little pig, and you keep walking, look for this thing. Next thing you know, it transforms behind you and get you. You know. I think I remember hearing that, and I'll see if it's in my notes or so. But I think I remember that as well. Yeah. Didn't get a chance to reread over this yesterday because I was just busier than a hiccup. Um, but I believe you're correct on that. Yeah. So you know me, I like to get into the other side's beliefs and trying to explain these things, and we're going to kind of hit into that a little bit here as well. Um, oh, daggone it! Did I forget to upload that? Yeah, I did. I'm gonna have to ignore the chat for a few minutes. I've got something I've got to upload. I thought I did it last night when I got it approved. Okay, while it's uploading, I'll just continue talking a little bit. I redid DA's book commercials, book commercial, and I thought I uploaded it last night, and I didn't. I just happened to think about that. So I mean, this is what, and we deal with this a lot of supernatural stuff. Now, I mean, the big W, I'll say it one time, the Wendigo, it is known to be able to feed upon something, unalive something, and it will turn into one as well. So you're seeing the same characteristics here this with this next year. So that's just something else that's interesting that's added to it. I mean, you're literally looking as similarities of many different types of supernatural entities, and but this is different. I mean, each some of these have their own stuff, some of these got the and this dude seems like got a combination of several different ones. So it makes you wonder, is like, is this a misidentification? Some of these misidentification because we know that happens. Show and tell time. Tell no show. I've got tattoos. See, I've got one, two, three, four, five right now. Uh, the symbolism, the Nachzehrer is a fascinating figure from Germanic folklore. The creature is believed to be a type of vampire that feeds on the living, but is also has a symbolic meaning. In many ways, the Nachzehrer represents the fear of death and the unknown. The creature is often associated with plagues and epidemics, which were common in the medieval Europe. It is said that the Nachzehrer would arise from the grave during times of plague, spreading disease and death wherever it went. This association with death and disease has made the Naxir a powerful symbol in Germanic folklore. Hey, Scott, how's it going? Hey, Daryl. So, I mean, here you got it. I mean, it's just another one. Spreading diseases and stuff, coming out during plagues. So we've ran into this many times where people will see something and call it what it's not. They misidentify it because that's what makes people grabs people's attention. So that makes me wonder if is this thing really have all this to it, or have they ran into something else and they just put it under that name because that's happened. It happens. It's happened in history. It's happened currently too. I mean, very very common. I don't know. I mean, what do you guys think? Do you think that's really what it is? It has all them abilities, or do you think part of it is misidentification? I'm kind of curious what you guys think on that. Try and make sure I didn't miss anybody in chat too. I know this won't be a full 2 hour show today because I ran late, started late, but we'll try to get as close to it as normal time frame as possible. Um, oh, you guys are still saying howdy. You guys got to go, hey, hey, hey. What? Oh, hi, boy. Yes, hello, buddy. No, you're all wet. Go on. No, you're wet, dude. Come on. You're like soaking wet. Sorry, my dog's wanting to go, hey, I missed you. And he's all muddy and wet. Um, some literature references to this bad boy is the Naxir has also appeared in literature over the years. One of the most famous references to the creature can be found in Bram Stoker's novel Dracula, which I didn't even know that. You're not saying that, Scott? Come on, man. Choo choo. uh, don't think I'd stick around long enough to identify anything. Man, I know it's like it's one of those like I'm both like, dude, I want to look one of these up. At the same time, I'm like, do I really want to look one of these up? Do I really want to try finding one of these? It says that's a conflict in the head. It's like, do I or do I not? To do or not to do? That is the question. So can't believe you want to go, hey, 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 Scott. Oh, Ursula, that's a good question. I don't know. I'll admit, I have not seen Stoker's Dracula in a long time. I didn't know that thing was in there though. Yeah, yeah, that's I didn't either. I mean, these things are. I mean, I've learned a lot researching this one, and I'll be honest with you, I came across this because I was listening to a Vatican deal on vampires, the hidden secrets of the Vatican, and it had this in here. I was like, "What? I've never heard of this thing." So I had to look it up. I was like, "Why have I never seen this before?" This thing is an interesting creature, terrifying creature, but interesting creature. Um, the next year continues to be a popular topic for discussion among fans of horror genre. I was just thinking that myself. Actually, I was like, that's probably the reason why I didn't know it was in there because I didn't read the book. You know, yeah, yeah. Bram Stoker's Dracula. Yeah, I read like 7, 8 chapters of it, and then I'd hand the book in, and I haven't read it since. So I've seen the movie 2 times my whole life. Um, I probably need to look at it again. Probably need to get the book. Um, it was. Yeah. Let me see here. I agree, Don, but at the same time, I'm like, if it does get me, I'm going to give it diabetes. So you're going to have this, fluffy vampire after it feeds upon my little fluffy carcass. It was actually a love story. Now, I'm a firm believer on Dracula that the story behind Dracula, is not what we're told. I think there's more to Dracula than what Holly Scrooge has put out there. No, no, I didn't. I haven't done one of those. That author does sound familiar, Roxanne. I'm trying to think. She wasn't a Twilight one, wasn't she? Was she? I don't think she was. Yeah, Vlad Tepes. Yep, was the Dracul, son of the dragon. Absolutely. Yep. I think so. What was that movie that came out? Dracula Untold. I think that's probably one of the closest truth to Dracula that's been told. Even though it's got a lot of dramatization or dramatization to it. I believe that's probably one of the closer ones to the true story. Just because of stuff I've read, I can't tell you the truth if it is or not, but that's my theory. I really think that he was given a bad rep and turned into a worse villain than what he actually was. Are you? You're a Heinz 57. I can't say much. I am too. Exactly, Vlad the Impaler. Yep, he got the name Vlad the Impaler because he would impale his enemies on stakes, and they literally called it the forest of staked corpses. That's the what. That was a good movie too. That was a good movie. That's right. Interview with the Vampire. That's why I remember that. Um, yes, God, I haven't that movie in forever. That was a good movie. It is. It really is. I started watching it the other day, then I had to quit and get busy on some other stuff. I did not know that. I did not know that. That's what I was trying to remember. I remember a love story parts one. That might be what I was thinking of, Vicky. That might very well because that sounds very familiar. Yeah, steak dinner. Looks like meat's back on the menu, boys. Protection and prevention. In German folklore, an Nachzehrer is a type of undead creature that is believed to have the power to drag the living after into death, either through malice or desire. So I've read that. Why did I put that in there multiple times? To protect themselves, such as okay, to protect themselves. I think I may have accidentally double copied stuff. Hey, Corey. Um, to protect themselves from the next years, people would take precautions such as placing a coin in the mouth of the deceased before burial so that it would not rise again. Other method was to place a sickle or a scythe on the chest of the corpse, which was believed to prevent the next year from rising. There was also they also would take and make this like waxy oh, I just forgot. Let me think. Fiber. This they wad up fiber and put it in wax. They was known to put that in their mouths too, because they believe that stopped it from eating its shroud, which prevented it from coming back. I remember reading that as well. I'm starting to get one too, Vicky. I think it's because I've been so stressed out because I've been running like a chicken when his leg cut off. Like I've been trying. I was doing stuff and I was getting ready to leave, and then I come back in here do some more stuff, continue doing it. Try listening to William's show this morning while I was trying to do stuff on here, get ready to leave, and then it's just I just been run since I got up, and I had to take Yessie to work this morning and everything. So it's been I haven't even ate today. In addition to preventing methods, there were also rituals and exorcisms that were performed to rid a person or a place of the next year. One such ritual involved placing a piece of bread in the mouth of the corpse, which was believed to stop the next year from eating its own burial shroud and thus prevent it from rising. Another method was to exhume the body and drive a stake through its heart. So there you go. I mean, there's another one. Yeah, Vicky. I need to, but I will when I get things done. Let the nurse know. Oh, did I miss something? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. I hated being on that oxygen machine, man. They gave me such a severe sinus infection. I thought I blew out my lung. Literally, I had this like big glob sneeze and had this big glob in my hand. It looked like my lung. I was like, oh my gosh, freaking out. So with staking, the digging up the body, the staking the heart, you see that a lot in vampire preventions throughout different types of you cultures to prevent it. The sickle. I mean, they put the sickle on the chest. Where a lot of cultures will put the sickle around the mouth or the neck area. Hey, machete. Oh, I hit the wrong one. Dang it, hit the wrong one again. I don't know. I mean, I would say it would probably be a family member or a clergyman or maybe the undertaker. I have no clue, man. I'd be both like, yeah, I want to do it, but at the same time, I'm like, do I really want to do it? What if this thing comes back and bites my finger? Exorcism was also a common method of dealing with the Nazirs. Priests would perform an exorcism ritual, which involved reciting prayers and sprinkling holy water over the body. The ritual was believed to banish the Nazir back to the grave and prevent it from rising again. Yeah, that's going to be important in your situation, Vicky. That is really important. I was supposed to be on when I came back home from the hospital. I was supposed to be on oxygen for 3 weeks. I was off of it in a week. I can't say why because that's what got me in trouble last time. I used a certain thing, and Within a week, I was off of oxygen. Overall, the belief of the Nexiers and the practices associated with them were deeply ingrained in German folklore and were very serious, taken very seriously by the people. The fear of the undead and the rituals associated with them were the way of coping with the death and the unknown, and it served as the means of protection against the supernatural. And we see this is very common amongst supernatural stuff. I mean, very, and some paranormal, but mostly in supernatural, you'll see there's a list of things to do to help prevent, them coming back or coming after you. So I mean, this is just another step. This is the only one I know of about bread. But yeah, if it works, it works, man. Okay, yeah, I didn't miss nobody. So here's going to be some list of different types of creatures that are very similar to these Nexir. Um, they share similarities with creatures in mythology. For instance, the Greek myth of the Lamia describes a creature that devours children and was believed to cause miscarriages in pregnant women. What does that sound like, folks? We talk about a certain bread, or sorry, I was reading garlic bread for a second. We've talked about a certain supernatural entity that does this very same thing, and this is what's interesting about it. Thank you. Sorry, I got to sit in Yessie after get me a drink. I mean, if I had my choice, yeah, give me garlic bread. Absolutely, give me garlic bread. I was always told as a teen I was a vampire by my boyfriends. We do know that you go a little bit on the sassy side, Roxanne. When you get your sassy britches on, we know you get that route. There may be something to that. Yeah, yeah, that'd be fine. Thank you. Oh my gosh, I was so thirsty. Um, Lilith. Lilith, who I was talking about a second ago, she is very well known for doing these very same things, and that's why you see the Jewish people will have the pendant of the three angels. That was the three angels that came after Lilith and tried to bring her back to the Garden of Eden, and she refused. You keep them three angels around the pregnant mother or the infant's bed, and that is to keep Lilith away. So you see a lot of similarities there, which Lilith was a succubus. Lilith was cursed as a succubus. So I found that very intriguing uh, on that Lamia. Yep. Uh, where did I leave off here? Similarly, the Slavic mythology features the Apir, a vampire like creature that was believed to have the ability to shapeshift into wolves and bats. The Naxir's abilities to cause illness and death to loved ones is also similar to the Chinese Zhangxi. I don't know if I want to. I'm scared. I need my special place. You're scaring me, Roxanne. Yeah, absolutely, Kevin. Yeah, Lilith is the original. Absolutely. Vampire fascination can be cured with one mouthful of real blood generated. You they won't like vampires and wish to be one after. Huh? Yeah, yeah. There you go. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I like blood, and that's one of the things. Like one of the weaknesses of vampires is the fact that they get overloaded with iron, which really jacks them because they have to survive on off of fresh blood, and they have to drink so much of it that it puts the iron content up so high, and that really weakens them. So I mean, that's curious on that. That's not one I found from ancient texts, but that's one I've seen other texts talking about more current. So I don't know how much I believe in that, but it is interesting that they're talking about that. Which, like I said, that's a more recent one. The ancient texts say something completely different. Oh, I don't think so. Um, while the Naxir shares similarities with the vampires and werewolves, it is also has a distinct differences. Unlike vampires, the Naxir is not believed to drink blood, but rather to feed on the life force of the living, taking their energy. It's an energy vampire. Oh, top of the hour. Thank you, Roxanne. It's almost top of the hour. Let me finish this part up, and then I will reveal the new DA book commercial one. Let's see. So yeah, so I mean, it's that's where it's different. So I mean, this is the next year is an energy type vampire. So it is. I started late also, so sorry. Um, and that's what I find interesting about it, and it's just that just it kind of goes along with what I've said multiple times. But there's different types of vampires. So the next year's ability to cause diseases and death to loved ones is also unique to it. Additionally, while werewolves transform into wolves during the full moon, the next year is believed to have the ability to shapeshift into various animals, including cats and dogs. Overall, the next year's unique characteristics and similarities to other creatures in mythology make it the fascinating subject of study and basically in mythology. Because I was going to butcher that name because I had brain farted. Let's get DA's books out of the way. Here we go. Top. You can find DA's books at Amazon under D.A. Roberts. He has a author's fan page. If you click on it, you'll be the first to know when he releases a new book. It's the same principle as what you do with me. You can also find him for now on YouTube under DX Machina podcast. He has a really great podcast, and I highly recommend reading his books and watching his podcast. That was the one I was working on late last night during DA's live and stuff, and then I got it approved. So I wanted to. Oh no, Demiria, I'm sorry, hon. Um, so I wanted to kind of reveal that tonight, even though we did a DA book commercial last night. I wanted to reveal that tonight with you guys. That was the newest one. As soon as I get artwork from Robbie, I'll get Robbie's done, and I got to work on redoing mine as well. See, Daryl says, "Have you seen the movie Day Shift with Jamie Foxx. It was funny, but they had all kinds of vamps in it. No, I have not. I've never even heard of that one. Huh. Oh, you like it? Good. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I created a soundtrack for DA Robbery and Me last night, and then had to get all of DA's books, book covers, and then stitch them all together. I didn't put them in exact timeline. I just put them in book sequence order. So like the Ragnarok series, the Lakeview Man and all that. I went that route this time. Modern inspirations. In pop culture, the next year has been featured in various modern media, including movies, TV shows, and video games. In the 2013 video game, The Wolf Among Us, the next year is portrayed as a villainous creature that preys on the citizens of Fabletown. In the German horror film Nachzehrer, oh man, I'm gonna butcher the doo doo out of this one. I'm gonna put that in the chat. The Nachzehrer, the Nachzehrer is depicted as a supernatural creature that terrorizes a group of friends on a weekend getaway. Ooh, I went through my notes quicker than I thought. So, we're seeing a bunch of stuff. Then you guys, I remember you guys talking about it being in the Rise of Cain, which my first intake into that game was on the Sega Dreamcast with Soul Reaver. That's how I got introduced to Cain and all of them was through Soul Reaver. Uh, Influence on modern media. The next year has also influenced modern media beyond its appearances in the pop culture. The concept of shroud eating vampires has been used as a metaphor for various real world issues such as addiction and consumption. In her book, The Consumer Society, psychologist Jean uh, Baudrillard used the next year as an example on how modern society consumes everything, including itself. Overall, the next year continues to fascinate and inspire modern audiences with unique mythology and terrifying reputation. Man, I miss Dreamcast. I miss Soul Reaver. Soul Reaver was such a fun game. Um, man, I thought my notes would last me longer than what it did. Man, I didn't even hit an hour mark on those. So, with that's the case, if you guys got any questions on this thing, and we'll kind of hit some more stuff. If I need to go back over something, I can go back over it too. Um, I've not really found a really good depiction of a Naxir. That's why I used the image that I created because that's like the closest. When you hear descriptions, that was like the closest one that you can come up with. I'm gonna try to pull it up here if I can get everything to load. You can do it. You can do it. You can do it all night long. While I'm waiting on it, there. So I go to turn my attention away, then it starts to pop up. Never mind, it's being slow still. Um, I can't even. There we go. Too bad you didn't know you before she died. She knew a lot about Vlad and the vampire. Oh man, yeah. I mean, I've always. I mean, I think I could probably. I'm the same as most people, but Dracula. I mean, that was our introduction into monsters growing up as kids. You know, so beans I couldn't actually find a common picture of what they described the next year as being. I had to create one off of just listening to things, listening to the encounters and stuff like that. And that's why I created this one for the show. Because this is going to be very similar to what they're talking about. Because if you actually look at the descriptions, it's very zombie-esque slash vampire. So I mean, it makes you wonder: did the zombie and a vampire go to a toga party, and that end up being the result? Was that there? I don't know. It was Machete. It was a very good game. Yes, Legacy of Kain. I've got those still. Yeah, I've got those on PS2. They're fun. Castlevania. Yes, Castlevania was absolutely a good one. Yes. There's like 3 or 4 if I remember correctly. Yes. Dark Shadows, Dark Shadows. That sounds familiar. Dark Shadows, Dark Shadows. Who does the Dark Shadow ones? Yeah, regular PlayStation. Thank you. But they also got it for PlayStation 2, though. I believe. I believe I have it for PlayStation 2, or maybe it is regular PlayStation. It might be regular. I thought it was PlayStation 2. I got it on. No kidding. Yeah, I got that severe thunderstorm alert as I was trying to get ready to go live. So, yeah, that's why I chose that look for the show because it was the most common depiction was that. So I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys feel, but for me, this thing is a cross between a zombie and a vampire, much like the Draugr and the Jingxing. Just I know I said that wrong. Jingxing. Barnabas. Oh, Barnabas, the one that was freed when Yeshua was not. Barnabas. Oh man, Castlevania was a good game. That was on Nintendo, if I remember right. NES. Might have been Sega, but I thought it was Nintendo. I can't remember anymore. Um, but yeah, like I said, I'm not sure how you guys think about that thing, but that's kind of where I'm on it now. It's either way. I mean, it's an interesting critter. Mm, I don't think so. Okay, I thought so. I was trying to remember because, like, man, that's been a long time. Because when I first started playing video games, all we had was Atari. And then they came out the NES, and I got it for Christmas the year it came out, and we thought we was just like the richest people in the neighborhood because we had the brand new Nintendo NES. They also got a Netflix series of Castlevania. If remember, I think it's Netflix. Yeah, yeah, Netflix. But now I've not found any reports outside of Germany and what was that country next to it? Italy? Was it Italy? I think it was Germany and Italy of the next year. Oh, movie Dark Shadows, Johnny Depp. No, I don't think I've seen that one. Yeah. Okay, I think I've heard of it, but I don't know if I've seen it. Have not played that one, although I do like to play D&D. Hey, Juno, you're a person in charge of a castle the blue people have in the kingdom, and people come to try to kill the blue people, and they set traps. Oh, wow. I don't watch a whole lot of TV. I watch some from time to time, but I don't watch it near as much as I used to. I've heard of Gauntlet, but I don't think I've seen it. Yeah, I, I mean, I'll get caught. I mean, like I was watching um, Bakayama. I finished Bakayama, and then I'm watching Kensen, and that's where I pretty much left off. I'll get on a kick and watch for a little bit, but I'm so busy between work and this and books and everything. I just don't get. I don't even get to watch wrestling a whole lot anymore. Most of my TV watching's on my phone during lunch. Yeah, I mean it is, but also it isn't. I mean, I got too much to do. Yeah, I've got to figure out what I did with my big bottle brake fluid so we can go down, pull the vacuum on my bike, and put new fresh fluid in it. Oh, yeah. Have you guys played the video games? I believe it's on Xbox and Xbox. I think the new one, Dungeons and Dragons. It's fun. I haven't played the new one yet. I'm trying to get caught up so I can. I can. I'm trying to. You can. It depends. Like if you, hey, Bolt Gun. Um, if you're like me and like you're like so far behind, it usually takes a little longer. Yeah, that's kind of like me, man. Yeah, I need to look at that. I think I know. You know what? I do know. Oh, yes, they got two. They got two games. Yes, I have them. I know exactly which ones you're talking about now. Yeah, I always play the dwarf. I think if that's the one I'm thinking of, I always play the dwarf, and you can get the war dogs and everything like that with them. Um, I think that's the one. If it's the same one I'm thinking of, yeah, I know. I've got both of them. I think there's two games. Now that I think about it, I believe it is called Gauntlet. Yeah. The only reason why I played a dwarf because I like the dwarves, and whenever time I played D&D, I was always a barbarian dwarf. I was wanting to watch that the other day because I seen it popped up, but I got psyched. Hubert, ah man, I missed Hubert. That was so much fun. Hubert was fun, and Frogger was fun too. But so I just lost my train of thought. We got talking about movies and TV shows and games, and I lost where my train of thought was going. Uh, so we were talking about how they're oh yeah, I'm a firm believer they're a little bit of both. I think there's something completely different than a vampire. Um, or the possibility of them. I think there's a possibility of them being something different than a vampire. But I could be wrong. I mean, because you got to consider too, back in this time frame, it was either labeled this or this or this, and it was usually done by the church. And the church said, "This is what it is." Boulder's Gate was fun. I like Skyrim better, but Boulder's Gate was fun. My first one was First of the Elder Scrolls was Morrowind. Um, but so I mean, I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, we know what the church has done. Church has always changed things around, which the Nachzehrer is a modern name. I was trying to find what it was called before, but I never could get a definitive answer on what it was known prior to a Nachzehrer. Um, so that's why I didn't really put that in there because I didn't have a definitive answer to it. But the Nachzehrer name came out in the what was it, the 18th or 19th century. Was when that name came out, but it's been around a lot longer than that. And that's why the other reason why I was thinking that, because the church probably is the one that labeled it a vampire, because that was very common. And it was around that time that the church was controlling everything. So is that the reason why it's called a Naxir? I don't know. I'd say it's a really good possibility, but I can't definitively say that's what it is. That's just my opinion, my theory, my hypothesis, because I know how it works. We've seen it too many times throughout history of them changing things to fit what they want to call it. Yeah, agreed or so. Yeah, that is. I mean, that chick was out there. That's a whole new level of craziness. But makes you wonder if she wasn't possessed by a demon or something. And the fact that they use this for substance abuse and stuff like that, I can see where they're getting at, but I don't think that's a good way of describing it. But I mean, I can see too. I've never played Fallout. I got to play last week. I got to play a couple hours of video games, and I was playing Knights of the Old Republic. I like my Star Wars. Yep. That. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. I got an itch all of a sudden. I hope it's not a tick bite. 100% agreed. 100%. I agree with you on that. That's my opinion, my theory, my hypothesis, but I agree. Yeah, I'd say you're right. Yeah, I'd say you're absolutely right on that, Machete. Yep, I think so too. I really do. We see soft disclosures all the time, and one of the common ones right now is it was vampires and werewolves. Now they've moved to Bigfoot. So now you're seeing Bigfoot on everything, and I really think games, commercials, TV shows, movies, stuff like that. It's all soft disclosure. We don't. Vicky, we really don't. Um, I don't even think we know a chip off the iceberg of what they truly hide in there. Uh, it's. Hey, Robin. Um, that is a fun one. I have that one. Yeah, that is a fun one. I'll give you that. I really like Knights of the Old Republic, but that is a fun one. I was never a fan of Battlefront. I couldn't get into Battlefront. I've got it, but I never could get into it. So And when we was like, I mean, Draugrs are a prime example. Draugrs are in video games like Skyrim and all these other types of ones. They're in the movies. I mean, if you look at the movie, the TV show Game of Thrones, the the Frostwalkers, or I can't remember what they're called, freaking Draugrs. you know, and that's we see this stuff all the time. Um, but I still don't know how this next year's always slipped my years, my research all these years I've done this because vampires is one of my favorite subjects. I love vampires. Um, like I said before, they were my first introduction into the monster world. One of my favorite movies of all times was Monster Squad. Wolfman's got nards. Yeah, I love Game of Thrones. I've finished off on season 5. I need to pick back up. I think it was season 5. Season 5 or 6 is where I finished off. But Monster Squad was like one of my favorite movies growing up, dude. And honestly, it was that line, "Wolfman's got nards," and man, I busted up laughing every time I heard that. That was such a good line. God. Oh, Game of Thrones. Yeah, I need to. I need to finish it. Yeah, I have not seen that one yet. I've not seen that one yet. It was a good movie. Yeah, House of the Dragon. I have not seen that one yet. Just because I haven't got around to watching it. I love the Pirate of the I love Pirates of the Caribbean. Those are some really good movies. Really, really good movies. But yeah, of course they changed a lot of stuff up, but it is good. I seen that. I caught it. I knew what she. I know what she meant. I knew what she meant. Hey, Joanne, how's it going? That's right. I got Vicky covered. Vicky's got an excuse, man. She's becoming the bionic woman right now. But yeah, they're good, Roxanne. I love The Witcher. I really love The Witcher. I've got one of the games, couple of their games. I love The Witcher. That whoever wrote The Witcher, they did a hell of a good job. That does me too, because I got them fat fingers. Anybody got any questions on this next year? Or Necker? Is it Necker or Nachzehrer? Now I'm questioning myself. Oh yeah, yeah, me too, me too. I don't know if I've seen that one, Roxanne. Um, Pretty soon, Vicky's going to be going out of the hospital, and when she walks by, she's going nom 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 nom. You missed beginning. The next year is a type of vampire. It's an energy sucking vampire. They have to eat their shroud in their body in order to come back, and they mainly feed upon their loved ones because they want them to. They love them so much and don't want to be without them that they literally cause them to get sick and then death and then buried next to them, and then they in return turn to a Naxir. I wonder if you're going to walk by in a blur too, Vicky, when you go by. No, 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 no. Be like blurry. Holy cow, the storm has slowed down. Wow. Yes, it is a life force drainer. Absolutely, Machete. It is. Yeah. Now they say it's bread and no, I just forgot it. Bread and because I shut my note. No, I did not shut my notes down. Oh, look at me! I did something good. Let me get back over to it. I forgot the other one. Bread and heck yeah. No, Giant. She had a heart attack. I got to glance over my notes real quick. Oh, I can't believe I forgot what it was. I remember the bread because I thought that was odd. It was bread, some kind of twine covered in a wax, and trying to speed read, and I can't speed read. Coin in the mouth. Coin in the mouth. Um, coin in the mouth, the bread, or that twine, that waxy twine. Basically, what you got to do is try to prevent it from eating its shroud in its body. Before we know it, Vicky's going to be running circles around all of us. She'll be like, "Come on, you young slow pokes! I can move faster than you, and I've walked uphill 500 miles to go to school one way." Uh, the Nachzehrer. Let me. Are you talking about the next year? You have a bad day, but you're here with us, Vicky. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. That's great. Yeah, guys, you're gonna be dancing the night away, and chasing all them young, good-looking nurses. Yeah, keep me posted on that. Definitely keep us posted on that, Vicky. Should be dancing around. Come on, Mister Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight come and then we wanna go home. Saying 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot jump. Daylight come and then we wanna go home. Anybody know what they're singing about in that song? Pop quiz. I want to see. You guys should know what they're singing about in that song. Such a great song. Let's see if y'all can get this. Dang it! Now I got that song stuck on my head. Come on, Mister Tallyman, tally me banana. Man, no answer yet. Come on. None of you guys know what that song's talking about? They were talking about cutting bananas at night because that during the day the tarantulas would get into the bananas and attack them. So they would go out at night when the tarantulas were out hunting, and that's when they would pick the bananas. Come on, Mr. Tallyman, tally me banana. Daylight coming and we wanna go home. Then when it says 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot jump, because that was the distance the tarantulas could come after him. So they always would cut them down at night, and then that way they wouldn't get because them tarantulas were very deadly, and they had no way to counteract it. So that is what that song is about. Attack of the arachnids. Yep, a lot of people don't know that. Now I'm gonna be singing that all night because it's stuck in my head now. I didn't say that. There's male nurses. Thank you. I personally would rather have a cute female nurse, but I'm a dude, so I mean, you know, you know. But there's male nurses, Vicky. You could be chasing them. Okay, so let me put it this way: Vicky will be soon chasing them hot, handsome nurses. Yeah, you. It brings a whole new meaning to arachnophobia. I did. I 100%. I take full responsibility for that because I got it stuck in my head and I can't get it out. And I can't play it right now because I'm live because they'll ding me for it, which sucks. Oh, okay. I used to give my aunt a hard time like that when she was in the hospital. I was like, "Come on, Aunt Meredith. Now you're gonna be around chasing these nurses all over the place, and pretty soon I'm gonna have to come down here and walk you back to your room because you won't leave them young nurses alone." She'd be like, "Oh, stop it." I miss her. Man, I miss her. I miss her. I miss Grandma and Grandpa. Aunt Meredith was she helped raise us kids. Hey, a little flirt can get a long way too, though. I'm just saying. But yeah, I used to because her last few years she was in and out of the hospital a lot. Oh, okay. Well, I guess you can't. And so it really sucked. And the last time she was in before what happened. Um, she was in the hospital for a little bit, and then she got put into a nursing home for rehab. And man, that really hit her hard. Kind of sad with her, man. I seen her one day, and the next thing where mom and me was talking, it's like, man, have you heard from Aunt Meredith? I'm like, no, I haven't. And then we get a phone call. She went away in her sleep in her apartment 2 days prior to them calling us. But, I'm kind of curious. I'm kind of curious of why they think ritual exorcisms would work on that. I wonder if because I mean the only thing I can think why a ritual exorcism otherwise besides the church being involved with it, and that's they're just saying that to make everybody feel better, is because they were actually living, died of some natural cause, and the enemy came and Nachzehrer. So, ooh, doctors better pay. I don't know. What do you guys think? Do you think it was just the church making it up so that because we know they do that, or do you think it's actually because of who they were before they became one? There you go. That's even better. That's more money right there. Big fancy house, moolah. They'll buy more horses. But what do you guys think on that? I'm kind of curious. Talk about doctor. You gotta get your hair all gussied up before he comes in. Get your makeup on. He walks in. Hey, hey, hey! What's up, doc? So, and the fact that they can actually be in a grave and feed upon the life force from the grave makes it very interesting as well. Because this is the only type of creature that I've ever read that was able to do it that way. Um, that's true. That's true. But I mean, I don't. I was trying to remember, and I don't recall reading any kind of other creature or supernatural entity that would also from the grave feed upon the life force of their loved ones. Vicky, hey, Roxanne, we got to calm down now. We're gonna get Vicky all riled up here. Now you gonna get her going. You gonna get her going. But I don't know. I mean, I need the ones that's got the hands over the eyes, the hands over the ears, the hands over the mouth. Hear no evil, see no evil, say no evil. But I mean, I know of there's a gin that's called the oh my gosh, he feeds through the feet. Uh, oh my gosh, which one was that? Not the toe feeder. Was it the toe feeder? No, I don't think it's a toe feeder. I think it's been called that. But it gets its kicks off of feeding through people's feet. So that's like probably the closest thing I can get to that. I get you, and I get you. Like I'm a ancient free and accepted Mason, which is different than Freemasons. And we call ourselves Freemasons, but in all actuality, we're ancient free and accepted Masons, and we get a lot of bad rep. Yeah, yeah, I did. I did. I think it was called like toe eater or toe feeder or something like that. I can't remember, but it's a gin, and like so that's like the closest thing that I can even somewhat compare it to being like the Nachzehrer. Heck yeah, you gotta listen to that song too because it's stuck in my head. Let me, man, it's gonna bug the tar. I mean, let me see if I can find out what gin that is real quick. I wonder if that would repel it. I wonder if it would. Yeah, it brings a whole new meaning to tofu. Yeah, I mean, the next year, I mean, so the one that feeds their feet, that's a gin. But it's similar, I guess. I wonder if they follow that one site, Foot Fetish or whatever it's called. I would think so, man. I'm trying to find the one about the feet. Well, for some reason my keyboard didn't put all the words in. Okay, you're telling me what I need to know, but what's the name? Oh, the cilia. I'll put that in the chat. Scylla. I mean, there's Draugr, the Nachzehrer, the traditional blood sucking vampires, energy sucking vampires, succubus, incubus, the Jingxing. I can't remember all of them. There's quite a few of them. Quite a few of them. Vicky. I don't know if I can fit this all in the chat or not. But it's the cilia. That is the gin that likes to feed through the feet. But from what the only difference is that they usually wait till their victims are asleep and then they come in and feed through the feet. Unlike the Zangzing or the not Zangzing, the Naxir, they will do it from the grave. uh, yeah. Oh, Carl. Carl, do you suck on toes? Are we even allowed to ask that nowadays? So, I mean, that would be probably the closest thing to these next years when, like I said, when it's feeding through the grave from the ground, through the ground from its grave would be the Sia. But there's also a huge difference between them because, like I said, it usually waits their victims asleep and then it comes in the night. That's why you keep your feet covered at night. If you don't keep your feet covered at night, then these cilias come in and feed through your feet. Where the next year can do it regardless, and they don't even have to touch you. I mean, they can either feed upon you physically or draw your life force through the ground from the grave. So I mean that's why I say there's something that they are completely different than most everything we have out there. Now you can walk around in the morning. You just can't sleep at night with your feet uncovered. That's the key. They wait till you sleep at night, and you, and long if your feet's uncovered, that's when they do it. So you can walk around in the morning barefooted, and you'll be all right. I was wanting to know what the ones with the stuffed energy, what they were called, stuffed energy, stuffed energy. Stuffed. Well, if you want to look up the Nachzehrer, which they talk about them being pale and bloated, suck energy. So this is one, and then that's the one we're talking about tonight. Hey, Corey, that's the one we're talking about, and that is an energy sucking vampire. Uh, Let me see if I can pull it up for you real quick. Oops, what the hell is this thing's doing its own? Wow, that was weird. Count Chocula. Yeah, man, who doesn't? Oh, that's it. Okay, yeah, that's the one we're talking about tonight. Yeah. Did you know I get foot cramps like someone squeezing my foot toes inward? Would that be something to do with those? Because I get quite. I don't. Well, I mean, possibly, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to remember if a cramping of the feet is one side effect or not. It might be. Give me one. Um, but yeah, I'm trying to remember. I already dropped it down, but I can't remember if if I want to. It might be. Foot cramps might be a sign of it. Red marks on the feet. Um, Strange puncture marks on the feet. I think are some of them. Yeah. There are seven types of energy vampires. Let's see what this says. Oh my God! Yeah, well, there ain't no. You are talking about something completely different. That's not a vampire. Wow. A narcissist is one of them that is an energy sucking vampire. Yeah. If I can get this thing to load quickly, I'll try to give you mine too for you. Mine too. This is not giving me what I want. It wants to give me everything for people that draw it. I want people. I said vampires, not people. Never mind. I'll have to look it up some other time. It's gonna. I'm gonna end up. I can tell now. I'm gonna be fighting this on that. But yeah, you can look up the Nachzehrer for now, and that'd be a good start. I'm trying to remember some other ones. Well, with that done, we're at 8 o'clock. I know I had a late start, so it's not going to be a full 2 hour show. If you guys ain't got any more questions, we'll look at winding this down. And I forgot to pull that up, so I need to get that pulled up while we're getting set up. Meow. Strigor. I think a Strigor is another one. Yes. Oh, a Strigor feeds off of flesh, don't it? Now that I think about it, I think a Strigor feeds off of flesh. Flesh or blood, or both. Oh, you're welcome, Green Eyed. Okay, with that being said, we're gonna do their closing here. I wrote this. I haven't ever changed it. I just like it. There comes a time when the warrior falls. They leave this realm and be missed by all. Raise a glass and keep them in your heart. They have kept this realm safe and performed their part. Look to your veterans, your active duty, your EMTs, and the blue line. What they do or have done was walk that fine line. When the demon comes calling on your soul, they will be there to save us all. Hold them in your prayers, for they are for you. Hold them in your prayers, for they are deserving. They all have served or are serving. Um, to all my new subscribers, thank you so much. I'm truly blessed that you came over here and to listen to a fluffy hillbilly talk. To my OGs, as usual, thank you so much. Corey, Roxanne, my mods, thank you guys. I appreciate you guys very much. C Duke, how's it going? Um, Next week, I haven't figured out what I'm going to do a show on. I need to do another Bigfoot one. I haven't done a Bigfoot one in a while. So I know I need to get around to doing that. But we'll wait and see what happens. Um, so until then, you guys, I mean, I've got a lot. This first couple weeks is going to be busy. With the holiday, our fundraiser we do every year, our national rally the week right after that. So um, it's going to be a busy week, but we'll get some stuff figured out. I want to try to get some videos set up to release for when I'm gone. At least you still got something. So, well, until then, we'll see you next week. I'm kicking around doing a Saturday show because of the 4th of July. I don't know how many people's going to be still celebrating or not. If I do, I'll have it up. So just keep an eye on YouTube for that because of the holidays. So, with that being said, everybody, peace, love, and blessings. And thank you guys so much. And I will see you again soon.